Hey. Good morning, Tina. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. I haven't went to sleep. I did work last night. I've been up making intro. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Hold on for a minute. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Candy Richardson is in the building. Ruby Turner, Lisa Taylor, Janet Dunbar. Good morning, Janet. Carisha Brown. Good morning to you. Tina Powers is in the building. Zena Torbert is in the building. Sharon Wood. Good morning to you, Casey K. How are you doing? Hey, good morning. Good morning, Casey K. She said it right. She said, Mrs. SP. That's right. That's right. Good morning to you guys. Today is March the 4th, 2022, you guys. We're just going to chit chat a little bit. I decided to come on here. Yes, it is Happy Friday, you guys. Friday. It is Happy Friday. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? I love to see you guys come on in the building. We're just going to chill. If you guys ain't doing nothing, just sit back. Let's just chill. I know this week has been a really hard week. Really, really hard. How hard is it? It's been hard, you guys, but we made it through it. We made it through it. I'm feeling a lot better just by just making a tribute to the children. I started making it this morning. Freddie was helping me, and then what's her name? Angie Crook. She came in this morning and helped me out a little bit. And so my heart is broke over the West Boys. Yes, I get that. I understand that. I get that. And she said, I did not miss you. You didn't miss me, Tina. Well, you know, it's all good. I do have to go to work this morning. I know you guys. Y'all saying, what are you doing? You're going to kill yourself, girl. But I did. The reason why I signed up for all my hours so I didn't have to work this Saturday. Pooh Bear and I is going to the dinosaur exhibit. You guys are welcome to come. He will be rocking his co-host live show, riding dinosaurs and playing with dinosaurs Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time. That will be tomorrow, you guys. We're going to be in the house. He's got a little play date. He's got a play date with 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 one of his friends, one of my friend, well, one of my clients' friends, or whatever. But anyway, they're gonna enjoy themselves. It costs a lot of money to go, but I scraped it up because Pooh Bear's ready to go play with the dinosaurs. They walk and they talk and they big as houses and they get to ride these dinosaurs and everything. So at 1 o'clock tomorrow on this page right here, you guys, Pooh Bear will be riding dinosaurs. If you wanna kick it with Pooh Bear tomorrow and watch him ride the dinosaurs or whatever, you're welcome to come. I will be streaming. Hopefully, sometimes I'm going to have to mute because I am with some. She said, sometimes I'm missing SP in the morning or always catch the replay. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it today because I came on a little late. We were making some people was wanting tributes to the other kids. I think you were one of them. And I don't like to just get something, it has to kind of come to me. And so it actually came. I don't know if I'll be able to download it because I've got other stuff that I'm trying to download. We have one in Springfield, Missouri. It's pretty cool. Well, this one, Casey, we have one right to the right of me, which is Derby, and you can just sit there and walk by them and look at them, and they're stable. They're founded to the. I mean, they look real and everything. I mean, when you drive by, you be like, "Oh wow, look at that! That's a big old dinosaurs." And the kids will say, "That's a Trichosaurus," and they tell you what the names of them are. But this exhibit, and I don't know, they only come in town like once a year. This exhibit costs like $100 to go. The Child in You. So I went yesterday, put a rabbit out my hat, because it wasn't even payday. Today's payday. I ain't seen my check yet. I ain't seen my check, but it's cool. And that's why I was doing a little extra stuff so that I could take him and not have no problems letting him have a little bit of fun with his grandma. His grandma. He the only one called me grandma. My other grandson, he called me Nana. I wanted to take him too. I called and said, hey, do he want to come? Because I'll pay for all of them. But he's like, I'm a little bit too old, grandma. So you know, he gonna stay at home. He gonna stay at home and do grown folk stuff. Get on his phone and on his Xbox or whatever he's got. You know. So good morning to everybody. Good morning, Sharon Wood. So I know we're gonna be doing updates tonight. Just letting you guys know at 5 p.m. Central Time we're gonna do updates. We got updates on the California City Boys. We're gonna talk about the Cody Bixby case. We're gonna talk about we got a lot to cover. We got some Tyrese Gibson case. We got a lot of updates. So if you guys are following these cases, that's what we do. We follow the cases. If there's updates, we'll speak on them. But if it's just a whole bunch of mess, I don't like to get off into that. I told you guys that once. I told it before. I mean, we'll dig and dig and dig and try to get as much information we can, what people say. The only thing bad about it'll make you think differently. And as we're growing and learning as we go, it's I don't regret anything I've ever put out. I don't regret anything. I just don't. Um, because you got to remember something. We're not here for the adults. And I just hate to say that, but it's true. I'm not, like, if you really believe what, for the children, I mean, there's going to be casualties. You're going to think something of somebody, and it may not be right, it may not be true, but it's because of what someone else said or whatever. Sometimes my mom always told me, if you lay with the dogs, you will get up with fleas. You will be smelling like them. You will be looking like them. So, of course, some people look some type of way or whatever. But nevertheless, what I'm saying is, if you really trying to find a baby, the kids or whatever, I can't regret what I think and what I do. I just can't. Because it will make me just stop. Halt, no. If you're going with your heart on anything that you rock, if you're going with your heart, you put a 100% into it, then that's what you're supposed to do. Hey, Lisa Calhoun, I see you in the building. Sexy Grandma done came up in here. Deborah J is in the building. How you doing? How is Shay? Faith is in the house. I see you, Shay. You in there. So the Lord said something about that. I wonder, let me get my other thing. The Lord said something about that. I wonder where is that? And that's just something that I always try to keep in mind. Hey, LaKendra, I see you in the building. Haven't seen you in a while. I seen you a couple of days ago, but that's about it. Hey, Sanja is in the building. Um, where in the Bible does it say something about do everything with all your heart? Colossians 3:23. That's where it is. Colossians 3:22. 3. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord and not for human masters. Okay? Who said whatever you do with at it with all your heart? Let's see who says it though. It doesn't say who says it. It just says Colossians 3:23. So Colossians 3:23, and that way you never have to come back, and it may not turn out the way you want it to turn out or something, but put 100% into it, and that's just something we've been talking about this week. It's been a hard week, you guys. We got that news. It's good news because people ain't walking around that's done did some stuff. Check my text. Okay. Let me see. Oh, not sure. Nah, I know that. Okay, I got yours, Lisa Taylor. Got yours. Oh, I get that. Yeah, yep, I seen that. Let me see what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. Bum 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 da, 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 da. Oh my God, this kid, he just murdered a 2-month-old daughter. Oh Lord, what the heck is going on? And clothes and Opalinkia man is facing a murder charge after his 2-month-old daughter died Tuesday. They announced it at the press conference. DeMarcus Smith. Golly, DeMarcus. DeMarcus. Yeah. He's 19. Let me look at this dude. This dude. He was arrested and charged with murder after his daughter was taken to the hospital and died as a result of a head trauma on Tuesday, according to Healy. Golly. Mm. And our thoughts are with her mother and her family as they deal with this excruciating loss. Healy said these are the kinds of cases that take a piece of your soul. On Tuesday at about 11:40 a.m., Olympia police officers responded to the East Alabama Medical Center. This is in Alabama, you guys, in reference to a deceased child, and learning of an unresponsive 2-month-old girl was brought to the emergency room by her father. Haley said medical staff attempted to life-saving measures but were unable to revive the child. Officers began investigating the death, and an autopsy of the child showed that she had suffered head trauma that resulted in her death. The investigations revealed that the child was in her father's care at the time the head trauma was inflicted. On Thursday, officers executed a search warrant at the victim's home to search for evidence in the investigation, and they brought Smith in for questioning. Mr. Smith provided details with corroborating evidence linking him to the death of his daughter. Healy said that after consulting with the Lee County District Attorney, Mr. Smith was arrested at 3:25 yesterday on one count of murder. Smith was taken to the Lee County Detention Center where he is currently being held. Haley said the case remains under investigation and anyone with additional information on the incident is asked to contact the police department detective divisions. Oh, Lord. You guys, you know what? It just never stops. It never stops. Hey, Casey, I see you in the building. Hey, it never stops. You know, they say the Earth is to the nearest to the black hole that it's ever been right now. There's a lot of stuff going on. And it's just crazy. Um, how's everybody doing? We didn't even see that case because we didn't even see that case, but um, it's all good. But I tell you what, I couldn't even be happy yet because I know how you guys are feeling. And and trust me, I think we all have like hope. We just had some hope. Like if I can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all. So you just get mad. And you get mad and you get mad. And sometimes you get mad because, it's just like a big family. Whether you're fighting and arguing or picking on each other or whatever, family fight. Family fight with each other. They do. But, it's just like when you go to a cookout or a barbecue or a family reunion, somebody always starts something, you know? And then you're wondering why this person did this or why that person didn't do that, why they wait so long, or why they talking like that and all this other stuff. It's like sometimes, I sit back and I mean, as good as the news is that they arrested, it's still the worst news ever. You know what I'm saying, you guys? You understand what I'm saying? As good as the news is, it's terrible. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be arrested. Yeah, yeah. They should have been arrested a long time ago. But what I'm saying is, it just kind of validates something that you had hoped for, and now you kind of feel now that, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with right and wrong. It's got to do with you can't even have. I mean, it messes with your thinking about the hope. You know what I'm saying? So when people got the chest all stuck out or something like they done did something or whatever, I'm sitting back thinking to myself, you know what? Whether we knew it or not knew it, they would have to come and tell me. They got to show me. They got to, like, let's see some evidence or whatever because, I don't know. It's just, but when they come and say, oh, we got evidence or whatever, I'm talking about everything you got. I'm talking about the Cody case. I'm not talking about just the California City Boys. There's more kids missing than just those, You got Harmony, you got Summer Wells, you got Samuel Olson that they found him in that little Tupperware thing or whatever they want to call it, tub, and people, you know what? I don't know. I can't understand it. I can't wrap my head around it. Sometimes it gets to us, though. But you know what? If everybody, and when I say everybody, I mean the negative, I mean the trolls, I mean the haysayers, the haters, everybody plays a part. Now you can sign up to just be drama and be all in the drama because you're feeling some kind of way or you want to be messy or whatever, or you can be part of the solution that understands that everything that we go through in life is for learning. And once you learn something, then you know how to act or present yourself the next time it comes around. Because I guarantee you, before you ever get out the door on the first situation, there's another situation just stirred up. Somebody, just like on this case is pretty much like, I kid you not, I look at the Cody Bixby case, and I'm just telling you guys that. And it mirrors the California City Boys case. It mirrors it. Here's this person, they were getting ready to move, and they done bought a house, and they got 4 kids, and wake up in the morning. Well, the only thing different, the story changes. The child's name is different. It ain't two, it's one. But I mean, all these stories almost sound the same. Looky, Taylor, her. Did y'all hear? Taylor's mother, Brianna, went to a hearing, and in the hearing, she pleaded guilty. It wasn't even, they ain't even started trial, and she just came in and was like, we don't even need to do the trial. My client wants to plead guilty to murder. Murder wasn't even on the table. You guys, are you hearing what I'm saying? So this is the year of revealing a lot of stuff. Get ready for it. What's done in the dark is coming to the light, you guys. If you think this year is not going to reveal a lot of dirt and a lot of skeletons, and you know what? Some of these kids are going to be found. They're going to be found, and we're not going to like what we see. We're not going to like what we hear. And, wrap your kids real close. Spend time with your grandkids. When you see these stories, you pretty much know where they're going, because how the police are acting. That's why, you know what? I went over to one of the people that was making a lot of ruckus over on the Cody case, and that was the BLM. I went over there just to see what they say, because I give people a chance to say, what made you go in there and just tear up some stuff, which, hey, I'm not gonna tell somebody how to run their business, their mouth, or whatever. It was just, whoa, it was just, like, I give people the benefit of the doubt, so I want to hear what they have to say. Don't shut them up, and you take them out the room or whatever. I still want to hear what they got to say. Because anybody can tell you something. you know. And, I listened to the young man. I'm not saying, I have to be in agreement because I listen. But if you don't listen and you just get a perspective of somebody just because of what such and such said, or, they screaming or acting a fool, you don't know why. You just wondering why. Like, why are you coming off like that? Like, like, I mean, there's a way to get your point across without just making a show. You know, I'm not all for the show and pony thing. So when somebody's driving down the street eating ice cream saying that we're doing this, we're doing that, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Now, if that's what your title is, fine, or you know what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, I wanted to know what made this brother tick and why did they go in there like that. So, of course, I'm going to listen to what they have to say. Now, I've already got something in my mind because I seen the first sight of, but you know what? I wrote down the gentleman's number, but I don't know what I did with it, so I'm going to have to go back and listen to it again. Hey, Avalance, how you doing? Carisha Brown, how are you? Freddie's in the building. But, because you never know who out there done added to the equation, and what they added to the equation came from them. You know what I'm saying? So everybody want to take some kind of credit, like I done this or I done that. You don't hear me. You're not gonna hear me. You're not gonna hear me doing that, because you know what? I think it's a group effort. That one thing I learned, especially when we were looking at the Gabby Petito case, their family told y'all. I'm talking to everybody in here. The family told you why this person was being looked at, and it was publicized, and why it was national news, and every news station picked it up and everything. He said it's because of y'all. It's because of y'all. See what I'm saying? It's not nothing they did. It's because of what you go and what you entertaining. Or if you're entertaining foolery, that's all you're gonna get. And no, not a lot of police and newscasts and the mayors and senators and stuff, they won't talk to you. And then you're like, oh, they won't talk to me because I'm doing this. No, they won't talk to you because they don't want to deal with that. You know, they're not going to get in no arguing match with you, you know. So if you come to them correctly, there's a way. Instead of being, like sometimes you get all hyped into this stuff, and then when it start going left like that, I'd just be like, no, 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 no. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm too busy to be wasting my time, arguing with somebody because they feel like you should run your channel like this. I tell everybody this. I say, look, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna make me some fried grits, you guys, and maybe I'll probably make it and let you guys watch me make it. Not only just put you in the corner or something. I'll probably let you watch me make it, because it'll be like only about my third time making it. My husband don't really like grits too much, but we'll see what he do. I might just make him grits, or I might just make him some fried malto meal since he like malto meal. Malto meal is still a hot breakfast, so you can do anything of that nature. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you have to watch people, and you watch cases. And I guarantee you how those police are acting, you pretty much can tell what's going on. They're not going to tell you every detailed thing. They can't. They can't tell you because it compromises the case. And nobody wants to see people walking out. Then when they get arrested, everybody be like, oh, yeah, I'm happy now. Because they've been doing their job. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing their job. Sometimes you got to let them do their job. You know, you can't be, you know, if whatever you doing not going nowhere, or it's just like I was telling you guys the other day. I got 2 phone calls back to back. Somebody said, "Oh, I got information. One of the witnesses is Jacqueline's family." I said, "Oh, really? You know for sure?" "Oh, yeah, SP, I know for sure." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I'm listening. I mean, it took maybe 30 minutes to an hour, of my time. And I'm like, okay, I get off the phone. I mean, I couldn't even get off the phone. The phone was ringing. And somebody else was calling. And then they was like, "Oh, SP, I know exactly who the witness is." I said, "Who?" They was like, "Oh, it's Chazelle's family." I'm like, now, hold on, because I just got a call, and then they got this, and it's 50-50. It could be this, it could be that. You know what I'm saying? It could be this, it could be that. And so, because I don't put it out, it doesn't mean I don't believe you. It's just, you know, I just want something a little bit more factual. You know what I'm saying? Like, not what somebody said, or they picked up on a word, and then when it gets down to it and everything. Because when they do the gag order, I found out the witnesses can stay anonymous. The witnesses can stay anonymous, you guys. And that's what they're looking for. They're looking for to have a gag order. They don't want to move it out of their county and their state. They just don't want to do it, which, guess what? I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. And the last thing you need is for them to start hollering it's not going to be a fair trial, and they move that out of state. You want it to stay in state, you know? So, because somebody was telling me something, and it contradicts everything else. And I'm like, well, if that was true, then they're going to get off. You know what I'm saying? So don't be spreading stuff that is just hearsay, because that's how a lot of people, when they have a nobody case, that's how they get off. They spread stuff, people start saying it repeats itself, and then it repeats itself, and then they'll bring up news clippings and articles and you said this and you said that, and trying to get you to be a witness and why you said it, and who is your where'd you get that information from, and then at the end, because remember on the cupcake case. Remember on the cupcake case, they had this information. They was riding down the street and they was throwing the baby out or whatever, and the girl turned around and said she not gonna be a cupcake no more. She was gonna be a shortcake or some kind of cake. They said a cupcake. She's not gonna be a cupcake. She's gonna be a shortcake. They said something or whatever, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah!" And she was hollering and screaming, and she was swearing. She kept swearing. She said, "I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, this is the daddy, and he got the baby, and I seen the baby. Oh yes, she was gonna be a pound cake. That's what they said." And everybody was like, "Ooh!" And I mean, they got thousands and thousands, and everybody was like, "Ooh!" And I mean, it went viral. Everything that young lady said. Then they brought her down there to the police station. It's like, what did you see? Because, we never did see the police. And somebody said, we did see the police. And then they asked their name, and then they gave them a fake name. And they asked, was it a fake name? And they was like, yeah, and da-da-da-da-da, and all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is not a freaking game. So I get it. I get it. I get it, you guys. But like I said, if I believe when somebody call me and they give me information, I believe what it is. I reach out to the people that need to be reached out to. That's what I do. I make those calls. I sure do. I'll make them to the police department, the sheriff, the attorney general, the mayor, the district of the DA. I don't care who you are, what titles you got, what alphabets behind your name, or whatever you're doing. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to tell you what I heard or what somebody said. And then you guys can go and see if it's true or not true. Or I got nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so it was just so many stories going around that you couldn't, you bounce from one thing to another. You believe this, then you believe that, then you believe this, and then you believe that, and then this come up, and then that. I mean, it's just you want to believe so much. So it's just best to just be like, no, let's not argue about it. Let's just wait until some more information comes out, because this is getting to be crazy. I'm not going to argue. It's not like a game of chess or poker or dominoes or something. There's really not a winner here. You know what I'm saying? It's not a winner, no matter however it turns out. There's not a winner. No. When a kid comes up missing, it's a lose-lose thing. And the only way, that you can get some type of relief. And no, you don't have to be the biological parents, the mother, the daddy, or the cousin, the uncle, the auntie, the one moved twice or something, married or whatever, it affects you because these are kids. And they shouldn't even be in that predicament in the first place. But I know how it is, and I'm not putting that on nobody. Don't go running saying SB said this, SB said that, because I'll hear it again, and that's cool. But let me tell you, and everybody know my story. Everybody know why I had my niece. They know why I had my niece. She was caught up in the system. She was caught up in the system. And I couldn't believe it. And I didn't want another kid. I already had two, and wasn't nobody helping me. And I just didn't want no more kids. I wouldn't have got my tubes tied if I wanted another kid. I had just recently got married. I sure didn't want a kid, especially if I couldn't. Why? I could have paid for them to untie my tubes and have kids by my husband. So I didn't want no more kids. So I get family don't want to jump in there, because I'm going to tell you something. It's not as easily said as being done. It's not. Because then you have to deal with family, and then they want to come and tell you what to do, and then they want to holler and cuss, and then the kids want to tell you what's going on, and then if they even think about a lot, or the family want the kid back, or want you to suffer because they ain't got the kid and all this other stuff, and then they won't give you no money to help you with the kid, and they feeling so, oh my goodness, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. But I guarantee you what, My mother had to talk me into getting my niece. I tell people, don't pat me on the back because all I said was no, 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 no. But because of my mother told me to, I listened to my mother. Now she didn't make a lot of good decisions, and I don't think that was a good decision. But I'm still gonna do what she tells me to do, and I did it. And the only thing I can say is I thank God that my niece didn't have to go through none of this, because my mother told me once those kids get in the system, it is a whole different ball game, and it's hard to get them out of it. It is just so hard. This is a big deal with the baby or person life. Yes, I just got temporary custody of my 5 grandkids. Yeah. And then here's the bottom line, and I'm gonna tell you something. You think, okay, it's gonna be good while they little. It's good while they little. Now, like I said, all kids are different and all situations is different and everything. But I guarantee you, as bad as those parents are, and it don't matter how bad they are. They could have left them on the side of the road. They could have left them starving in a building that was burning up. As bad as those parents are, or whatever they did, they just, they were still kicking it. They wearing mink coats. They going to the casino. They smiling and grinning and looking at you and saying, what you do to my daughter, what you do to my son, and do, and I want to see him right now, and I'm gonna come over there and kick your butt. You go through so much putting your house up, and you go through so much protecting that child that you lose yourself, just like they were your biological children. When that child get of a certain age, they're gonna go look for their mama and daddy. They want to be a part of something. Sometimes it's a good thing and they got their self together, and sometimes they don't have their self together. And then if they look for them or find out or whatever, and some of them's old enough to know that you're not the biological mother or the biological daddy or whatever, or somebody might go and go tell them, thinking that they're doing you a favor, knowing good and well they're not doing you no favor. They're harming that child. But you can't tell them that until the child start acting up or acting out. That was my case, just in a nutshell. That was my case, and it's just no turning back. And that child is already traumatized, going, "Oh my God, you're not my I thought you was my biological mother. We look alike. Everybody was like, that's me right there, and things of that nature." And then when you get kids that is of age already and you might be the grandma, you might be the auntie, you might be the cousin or whatever. And it's going to be so much going to the school, and this one's getting in trouble. That one's fighting. That one right there is stealing. That one right there, he's touching himself or touching somebody else. I was just like, oh my God. Like, I didn't want to sign up for all of this. Why couldn't I just get the kid and everything works out? So being a foster parent, like Cheryl said, if you're not doing it for the right reason, then back off, because it's not for everybody and everybody can't do it. Like I said, you lose yourself until that child is in a place where it can take care of itself. Then, you may get your life back. It all depends on how old you are. And and then you got your kids or your family member. Sometimes it's your kids. Mine was not my kids. Mine was my brother. Because I'll take my grandbabies. You know what I'm saying? I'll take them any day. But this was my brother's child, which, like I said, you know, we just don't leave none of them behind, no matter what. We fight and we'll get them. But when they get off in that system, you guys, and you thinking you got all the time in the world, you don't know what somebody's doing to your child. And I was telling you guys this the other day, and I really didn't make a big stink about it. But as I read the indictment, it just seems to me, it may be something different to you guys. That's why I say, you guys, y'all come on in and speak on it. Because what I see and how I see it or perceive something may not be the same the way you perceive it or whatever. But I just perceive, like the indictment says, the minor assisted in some kind of way. Did they insist in trying to cover it up? Did they assist by hitting the kids and beating them up, or do what daddy told me to do, fight with the kid or something to the death or whatever. Some kind of way, them kids was in. It's just, people's like, it's unbelievable. Then people's like, SP, that don't really exist. Let me tell you something. I'm not even going to say. Now, we're in here. You can keep it in your heart. You can keep it on your mind. I'm only going to speak something that could be possibility. And that's all I did. I speak on a possibility because I've seen it before. Because guess what? I've got 18 brothers. So, yeah, I've seen them fight each other. I've seen my stepfather make them fight each other. Maybe to make them not scared, or they want to fight in the house, and then when they come home, like, but it taught us something. Back then, you can't do it like that now. But, like back then, the parent would come home and y'all done tore up the house fighting. Oh, y'all want to fight? Y'all want to fight? Okay, here, go fight. Oh, y'all gonna fight. You want to tear up the house when I'm not here, and then you're sitting there looking at each other because you're not mad. And now you want me to fight? Don't tell me it don't happen, because like I just said, I'm from a big family. I've seen it all my life. And I know that my family's just not the only black family that's on this app. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you ain't got to put in there, it happened to me, or I seen it, or my stepdaddy made us fight, or my mama made us fight, or the neighbors made us fight, or whatever. You can't tell me it don't happen between siblings and foster kids and stuff like that, because like I said, I've seen it before. And that's why it was easy for me to say, maybe he had those kids fighting with each other. And it could be bigger than what we think. The only thing we're doing right now is just assuming. It could be that, he was breeding the kids like breeding dogs. Or maybe it was an accident and he was teaching them a lesson and he stuck them out in the, I don't know, in the desert somewhere or something like that or whatever. Or put them in a box or something and tied them up. I don't know. But I sometimes think that if it haven't happened, it will happen one time. And I'm not trying to give nobody something to think about. That somebody will fake something of this nature, a kidnapping or abduction or whatever, and then get charged for this situation, and then be found guilty, and then the child be found. Then they've got a big lawsuit, and now they're millionaires. It's just weird. Because in the California City Boys, you got people buying them houses, giving them money, loaning money and stuff. Then you got video of them and stuff. And then they didn't even run. Like they knew that everything's fine. But people are watching this. And from now on, I guarantee you, this case right here will set a lot of copycatters. But what they're going to do is just like anybody that goes to jail. They learn from their mistakes. They'll say, well, they stayed in town, so the next ones won't stay in town. It's almost like, and I'm finna get off of here, but it's almost like, like when you have a husband or man or boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever you're into or involved with or whatever, and you catch them cheating. You catch them cheating, and then they be like, no, I ain't cheating or whatever, and then you be like, well, here, see, I took a snapshot of your phone, and then they're looking. And they almost can't. And you finally, well, I only talked to her once. I only talked to him once. And blah 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 blah. And da 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 da. You can't tell me you ain't been through this, because I done been through it before. Not with this husband, but with the last one. Yeah. And every time when I caught him cheating, he didn't do that no more. He did something other than that. They learn by their mistakes, and they think they so smart that they try to master it. That's why the penitentiary, you really need to pay attention to this. The penitentiary have repeat offenders. You thinking they don't like jail or all this stuff. No, they're mad. They're mad. They're not only they're not like, oh, remorseful. Most of them, when you see them, they crying, they mad because they got caught. Because let me tell you something. Before you get caught doing something, before there's signs, there's warning before danger. So therefore, you can turn from your wicked ways. That's in the Bible. You have to turn from them. Not, okay, I stole from the candy store, and last time they caught me, but I'm so young that they just called my mama. So next time, you may not go to that same candy store, but you go to a different candy store. Instead of sticking it in your pocket, you stick it in your pants. Or you got a little partner to keep them busy. But you learn from it. Kids are like that too. I'm just saying, you guys. So be careful what you go back and repeat and take to, because a dog that will, bring a bone will carry a bone. You know what I'm saying? So anything that you do out there, if you're not doing it 100%, I don't know what you're doing. I just don't know what you're doing. You know? Everything I do it 100%. Whether it works for me or not work for me, or work my favor or not my favor, I have no regrets. I try to put 100% into it. I really do. And if that's not good enough, I don't know what to tell you. I did my best. I really did. On anything and everything. I want you guys to do your best too. Keep your head up. I am so happy that they are charged. It's been a long time. You know what? I'm waiting on the Cody case. I'm just being honest with you. I'm waiting on the Cody case. Pretty much, if, like I said, if this is almost like a mirror, it's going to come out the same way, because look how the police is acting, you know? They say right at the beginning, within 2 hours, they called FBI. Now, one thing about it that nobody's asked the chief of police, I wish somebody would ask, do you expect foul play? Because he has not said he expects foul play. But he says that the father is the main suspect. Most of the time, they're pretty much accurate with what information that they have not shared with us. Hey, Angie, how you doing? Good morning to you. Anyway, but everybody's innocent until proven guilty. You know? Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, but you guys should know by now. They say, ready, set, roar. You agreed to receive messages from Jurassic Quest. Oh, Lord. They're telling us, make sure you go. They're going to be at the quest. And Sandra Watch, I know you wasn't in here, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to get off of here. Tomorrow, Pooh Bear's got a play date with one of his boyfriends, a male friend. And he's going to be at the Jurassic Quest, where he gets to ride dinosaurs tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to be filming it live, a little bit of it, while he gets to ride the dinosaurs and all that other stuff. So if you guys want to kick it with us tomorrow at 1 p.m. somewhere around about 1, a little bit after 1, we'll come on live. I don't want to show some of the kids because you can't really be doing all that. So when I can get Pooh Bear in there and stuff, you guys can, it may not be that long, but I'll keep it up. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I will see you guys live at 5 p.m. We got nothing but a whole bunch of updates. Understand that. We got a whole bunch of updates. Okay? And I will keep the platform open for you guys. Okay? But we're not going to go over an hour. So I will probably open it up early, a little bit early, so that if you got something that you want to say and express yourself, you are welcome. You are so welcome to come in with your analysis. Nobody's going to beat you up or whatever, unless you're getting indignant, Be like, come on, you guys, All right? All right, I'm going to get off of here. And this is the year that a lot of things is going to be revealed. So you guys get prepared for it. It really actually started happening last year. If you really look back at things, it wasn't so bad of a year. A lot of people went to jail. You got on the Malia Davis case, they went to jail. You got Patrick and Dorica, they went to jail. You got, some people got charged. Then you got the Malia Davis case, they got charged. You got, wow, Samuel Olsen, they got charged. Amari Nicholson, they got charged. You got, Breonna Taylor this year. And then, it's just a lot, you guys. 2 Timothy 3:17. 2 Timothy 3:17. What do you say? She say, okay. 2 Timothy 3:17. And all scriptures is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, throughout furnished unto all good works. Being aware of people's lovers of themselves. All right. All right, you guys. Make sure you do everything with all your might. I'm going to get off of here. I will see you guys at 5 p.m. Central Time. All right? Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.